computer. Now, you know what is an array, or bet if I want to rephrase, I want to assume you know what is an array at this time. You should know what is an array at this time. So, what is array search? Array search is simply, as the word suggests, is is a way of searching for something within an array. So, searching for elements in an array is a common operation, and JavaScript provides several methods for this purpose. One of the methods is index of. From the name, you should know what it means. You want to know the index of an item, a particular item. So given an array, this all fruits is an array, and we now call its method dot index of. We are looking for cherry. We want to know the position of cherry within this array. So if we are to demonstrate, I can use at numbers for example here. So let me remove all these ones. So I can say if I'm looking for, say, the position of 4, I can say nums, which is the array, dot the index of 4. I want to know the position of 4. And this will return the index. So I need to save the return value save it into a variable, and then I can decide to print out the variable right there. If I run the code, you can see I have position 3. And you know that array is 0 index. So I have 0, 1, 2, and 3. So if, for example, you want to check for 6, to give you the very last index, which is 5. However, if I try to search for something that is not within the array, it will return -1. So I want you to note this. Anytime you are searching for something that does not exist within an array, it will return a -1. -1 means it is what you are looking for is not within the array. So let's go back to the slides. Now, one thing I want you to know is this. The index of will return the very first one that is found. Let's go back. Let's say I have another 6 here. Let's just say 6, right? 6. So if now I have two numbers, of 2, 6, right? So if I say I'm searching for 6, it will return the very first one, which is 0, 1, 2. It will not get to this level. The reason is because once it gets a match, it will just return its position. It will not go further to look through the array. However, the last index of will return the very last one. There's an error in my last index. Okay, last index. Okay, I wrote index last of, which is wrong. Should be last, yes, last last index of. So I have 6. Instead of returning this very first one, it will return the very last one. So what this is doing is this. It's like going from here. It will start its own search from the end. Where's the pencil again? To start its own, it will begin its own search right from the end here towards the front to the first number. But without the last, if it's just index of, it will begin its search from zero index to the last. So that is the difference between the two. Is there any question? No question. So the include method determines whether an array includes a certain element. So this will return either true or false. Unlike the index of and the last index of that will return the index number, the include will return either true or false. If I want to know if a number exists in my array, includes 6. If I run, it will give me true. But if I try to get a number not in existence, it will give me false. Is there any question? Is there any question? Okay. Silence means no question. So I move on. Find. Find also, I don't know why I labeled this 1, 2, 3, and this one should be 4. Should be continuation. So find returns the value of the first element. First element. Let's see what this is. Now, given a condition, if you look at this, you will see that there's a callback function. What I hope you guys remember what a callback is. A callback is a function passed as argument into another function. So that pass function is called a callback. So now let's demonstrate. It will return the very first element. So let's say I want to find, right? Nums dot find. So I need to give it a callback function. I'm going to use arrow function. Like so, this is a function. So I'm going to return, because you have to return it. If you look at this, it says it returns this one. It returns the value of the very first element that satisfies a condition. So we need to state the condition here. I want to look for the first element whose value. So each of this item, I will give it an item here, and I will say item such that if I divide by 2, the remainder is 0. So what am I doing? I want to get the very first item that is even number. So if I run this, it should give me 2, because 2 is what? The very first item there that satisfies this condition. 1 is odd number, but 2 is the very first one there. Is there any question?
No, sir.
Find index. Find in index is similar to find. The only difference between these two is that this one will return the index of that number. While this one will return the element itself. So if I change this to find index, it should return the index of 2, which is 1. 0, 1. That is the position of that element. So the find last, just like last index of, this will find the last value. If I change it to find last, it should give me the value of 6, because that is the last element that satisfies that condition. Is there any question? No question. Now, find last index is just like the find last. But instead of find last that returns the element itself, the find last index will return the index of that last element. Now, if we change this to find last index, instead of value 6, it will return 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will return 6. Okay, let me just put another data here so that it will not be as if 6 is 6. So that should be 7, because now this last 6 is now occupying the position of what? 7. Is there any question before I move on? No question. Okay. So let me ask, Ademola, did you attempt the assignment? Ademola, did you attempt the assignment? Ademola, did you attempt the assignment? It's a yes or no question. Feromi, did you attempt the last assignment?
No, sir.
Okay. Mary, did you attempt the last assignment?
No, sir.
All right, thank you.
Sir,
Yes, Feromi.
I thought you said we don't have any assignment.
That is not what I said. Joshua, what did I say in the last class?
You said that we will be given an assignment that the assignment that we should do is the other assignment, the other assignment that we can complete.
Okay, thank you. Feromi, did you get that?
Yes, sir.
So I did not give assignment in the last class because none of you attempted the upper one, the assignment given in the upper class, last upper class. So I said, do that before I give another one. That's what I said. So indirectly, yes, I still give an assignment. I just did not give you another assignment because I don't want compilation of assignment, undone assignment. So if you don't know the assignment, the two recordings away, which is, let me see the date now. That is the recording done last week, Tuesday. Last week, Tuesday's recording. Go and review it. Towards the end, you will see the assignment there.
Okay, let's take a
So
look.
please go and do the
All right.
assignment.
Well,
So I continue. Since no one attempted the assignment. Now, we've come to array, sorting of array. Sorting of array is simple at the same time. It is entails you to understand some little few gigs around it, right? So now, before I go on, I will let me quickly demonstrate that on the board. Where is the seriously? Okay, whiteboard. Now, opening whiteboard will stop the screen share. Continue. Why is it taking this long to load? Welcome to our new whiteboard. Save your work and offers the latest. Wow, this one is new. No, there is low system resources. Just taking my resources for God's sake. Please, just give me few seconds. Let me sort this out. Let me. When you have an array, man, I need to get out of this. This is not good. Let's get out of this one. Are you seeing my screen? Is my screen
Yes,
visible?
sir.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
sir.
So let me just use this. Let's say you have an array, right? Let me just call it A. If, let's say I have Kiwi, I think I've explained this in the last class, but I can say repeat myself again. I have Apple. Let me just stop there. And I want to sort this array. I will call the sort method, this method, on the array sort a dot sort. Once I do this, what will happen is that it's the method is going to check the lexicals arrangement of the characters. We know that A comes before K. So it will bring this to the front and take this to the back. So apple will come first, then kiwi will come next. So that is the normal behavior. However, the same does not apply for numbers. Let's say I have the same array, but this time I have something like 10, 1, 5, then let's say 12, right? If you do array dot sort, you will think or you expect that you will have something like 1, 5, 10, and 12. No, this is, you will not have this. In fact, 10 and 12 will be sorted before 5. The reason is simple. It is because it is checking the very first digit. It's checking this very first digit. And since this first digit is less than 5, it will bring these other ones as it might not be in this. 12 can even come before 10. It depends on the, what's it called, the item the compiler made first anyway. So this, it will give you something like this, right? Whereas 5 should have come before 10 and 12. So that's kind of sorting. If you want to sort numbers, there is a special way that we go about it. We use what is called, some call it EPA function, right? So let's say I have this array again, 1, 5, 10, and no. Let me just scatter it. Don't let me arrange it. Let's say I have 12, 10, and 5 right there. So if I want to sort this in ascending order, I will call the sort, but I will now pass an EPA function inside it. So this function can be something like this. Then I will give it 2 arguments. These 2 arguments always refers to the first one. Then after doing that, it will refer to the next 2, then the next 2, and so on and so forth. Then I will return A minus B. What is happening is this. It will compare the very first 2. 1, it will do 1 minus 12. And you know that 1 minus 12 will give you minus 11 in mathematics. So the moment you have this negative sign, it simply means that this 1 is less than 12. So it will retain it. It will retain the 1 right there. It will move to the next one. Take, assign 12 to A, assign 10 to B. And it's going to do 10 and 12 minus 10 again. So, and you know this one is positive 2. Because it's positive, the compiler will know that 12 is greater than 10. So what will happen is that it will swap it. So we will now have 1, 10, then 12. So it will go to the next 2, which is 12 and 5. It will assign 12 to A and assign 5 to B. It will go again, do 12 minus 5. And you know this will return positive 7. Because it's positive, it will swap again to bring this 5 here. So we now have 1, 10, 5, then 12. So it will now go again in loop. Check these 2. Are they intact? If not, it will swap. But because they are intact, it will leave them. It will now check these 2 again. 10 minus 5 is still positive. So 10 is still greater than 5. It's going to swap it again. So we now have 1, 5, 10, and 12. It will go to the next one, 10 and 12. It is negative, so it will not swap. Then it will go again because there was a swap in the last one. It will go again to just recheck. 1 minus 5 minus 4, no swap. 5 minus 10 minus 5, no swap. 10 minus 12 minus 2, no swap. So since there is no swap, it will now end the loop there. It will now return the sorted array, which is 1, 5, 10, 12. Let us quickly demonstrate it so that you understand what I'm talking about. If I go to the IDE. And I have, let me change this to low resources again. Wow. So let's say I have Kiwi. I have Plum. I've got what's it called again? Apple. I've got cherry. I've got maybe blueberry. So let me stop right there. Oh, I did not put this in quotes. So now, if I do norms dot sort, then let me print norm before and after. Okay, I do not need to print after. So since we have norms here, so we can easily compare. If I run this, you will see that Apple is now the very first one because A comes before any other one, then B, then C, then K, and P. Let me change this to capital P. Right? So, but if you do reverse, reverse does not mean descending order. Reverse simply means you are starting your printing from the end towards the beginning, right? Unlike the sort, the sort method kind of arranges it in alphabetical order or put it in ascending order, right? However, reverse does not do descending order because if it does, you should expect what's it called, P to this plum to be at the beginning. You should expect kiwi to follow, then and cherry, and so on and so forth. But if I run this now, you will see that blueberry comes first. It picks blueberry, then cherry, then apple, then plum, kiwi. So what reverse is doing is that it's reversing the arrangement of what the array, starting from the last index item, then backward. However, if you want to sort in descending order, the first thing you need to do is you need to sort in alphabetical order, then you now apply the reverse. So if I do norms dot sort, okay, I can even do it in one place. I can do it in one place. So I can do dot sort. I first of all arrange this in ascending order, then apply the reverse. Once I do that, you will see that plum is now the first, being the last in terms of descending order, K, then C, then B, then A. Is there any question on what I just explained? Is there any question?
No, sir.
All right. So now, however, the case is not so when we are talking about numbers. Let me change the items of this array to numbers. Let's say I have 12, 10, 1, 5. If I try to sort this now, see what is going to give you. You have 1, 10, 12, 5. You can see that 5 is the last, but 5, we know that 5 is less than 10 and 12. So 5 should be somewhere between 1 and 10. But what sort is doing on numbers is that it will, first of all, check the very first digit sort them, then check the next digit and sort them. So because 1, 1, 1, they are the same, and 1 is less than 5, it will push 5 to the end. And between 10 and 12, you can see 0 and 2. So 0 is less than 2, it will put 10 first. So now, if I want to do the actual ascending order arrangement in numbers, I'm going to use the helper function, which is giving it those two parameters. Then I will now say return A minus B. That is all. That is all I need to do. That is the helper function. If I run again, you will now see that it is now sorted in ascending order. If you want to do descending order, just reverse these parameters. Instead of A minus B, just do B minus A. You should have 12, 10, 5, and 1. Is there any question?
No, sir.
Okay. So we have done this descending order. This is what I was explaining about negative value and positive value. So it compares those two arguments, this A and B. Once it has a negative value, it will sort, it will swap it when you are talking of ascending order. So I'm going to stop here today. I've explained reversing. Okay, let me see again. Yes, I've explained reversing. I've explained combining sort and reverse. You can combine these two to do what? Descending order. So I've explained that one too. So I think it is safe for me to stop here, 2:56, so that we can continue in the next class. Is there any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Demola, I was asking you earlier on that if you attempt the assignment, but I did not get response from you.
There wasn't an assignment last class.
There was an assignment in the upper class,
No, sir.
but I said it in the last class that I am not giving assignment because none of you attempted the last one, and I
Oh,
said go and attempt the last one. That's what that is what I said. So not none again attempted the last assignment. Okay, I repeat, go and attempt the last assignment. The
oh,
recording of last week Tuesday. Recording of last week Tuesday. Towards the end, you will see the assignment therein. So let me see. For the sake of those who were not in class in the last week Tuesday, the recording is there. That should be fifth. Yes, it should be fifth. So we know that 1 and 6 is equal to 7. 3, 4. Mary was even in the class. David was there, Joshua was there, Ademola was there, even Feromi was there. Let me go back. So let me use my hand. So let's say a user gives you an array 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. Now I want you to write a program that will detect if a target, let's say we have a target of say 7. So I want you to determine the two numbers out of this array whose sum is equal to 7. No, as you can see from here, 1 and 6 is equal to 7. So I should have 1 and 6, right? And 3 and 4. So I should have 3 and 4. So those are the two set of numbers whose addition is what? 7.
Even 2 and 5 too. Is
Let
even
me
there.
repeat.
2 and 5 is 7.
Given an array by a user, the user can input any array, but your job is to be able to detect if any two members of this array, any two, if their sum will be equal to the target, right? The target can be any number. I can decide to say, okay, I want the target to be 11. So that your program should be able to return two numbers whose sum is 11. So, however, if there is none, maybe there are no items in the array whose sum is equal to 11, just return
None.
none. Is the assignment clear? Any question on the assignment?
No, sir.
No,
Joshua,
sir.
the assignment.
No, sir.
Demola, any question on the assignment?
No, sir.
Demola, any question on the assignment?
No, sir.
No. Okay, David, any question on the assignment?
So there you have it. That is the assignment. I am not giving assignment again this class. So please attempt that assignment. Don't say I did not give assignment in this class. The fact that I did not give a new assignment does not mean there is no existing assignment yet to be done. Go and attempt that last one. So by God's grace, we shall meet on Saturday. Is there any question
Thank you, sir.
before I call it a day? Thank you, Mary. Is there any question before I call it a day? Okay, no question. All right, thank you. God bless you.